Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. 2026.
We made it.
Yes, we made it.
Welcome to 2026.
Indeed, indeed. 2 plus 0 is 2.
Yeah.
Plus 2 is 4. Plus 6 is 10. 10's a good number.
10's a good number.
I don't know where, but it's a good number.
That was some weird math. It threw me off, y'all.
That's the psychokinetic.
Oh, Lord. We're starting off 2026 with all the big words.
That's right.
Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't worry. By June, we'll be down to see Spot Run.
Yeah. So. Seriously. Go, dog, go.
So, here we are. And you know who we are?
Shelly Marie.
And Rich. And this is...
Unapologetically Significant.
We're back. You thought you had gotten rid of us.
No.
We're back.
In a good way.
Yes, yes. So, hopefully all you've had a good holiday, good, safe holiday season. Had a chance to get together with some friends and family and all that good stuff. So
and left all the attitude and regrets and bad decisions in 2025.
You mean all the BS?
Yeah, all that stuff.
All that
we
stuff.
left it. We're not even gonna talk about BS because we ain't about that life no more.
No.
This is like a redo, like a major redo. You have like, I don't know, the wolf moon that just happened, the first full moon in January. You have all kinds of things going. It's just a good time to have a fresh start. There's a lot of things going on in the world that we can't control.
That's right.
What can we control? The way we deal with it.
That's right. That's right. So what do you want to talk about tonight? There's so many different avenues we can go.
Absolutely.
And with the new year brings new hopes, new desires, new thoughts, new ways of doing things. So
I think for me personally, I think the majority of us out there are on a, New Year's resolution, the new year, new me philosophy, which is great. And I'm taking it to the fullest. Like when I say I left all the shenanigans and buffoonery in 2025, boom, it's gone. So I'm going to go with like, almost reinvent myself. Like a whole new person.
Oh, reinvention.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
It does.
Tell me more.
I have officially let go of the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and I'm just gonna do everything I want to do, like my wildest dreams. Like even though we talk about it pretty much every week about limitations and self-worth and all that stuff, but I still had a little residue of like, is it really going to happen? Like, maybe you're just going to cap out at having a podcast with my homie and a food truck. But I say no. Like, I really do have aspirations of opening a franchise and being a spokesperson, all these things I have in mind. But I wasn't doing the action behind it. And a lot of it is like, I was scared of what people would say and how people would look at me. Like, I'm doing this. You're doing something else.
Right.
Here she go again. You know what I mean? The peanut gallery. I was, I don't even like peanuts like that. But yeah, the peanut gallery. So I'm walking away from the old Shelly.
Okay.
And I'm walking into the new Shelly that she's kind of the shit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking about it right now.
Okay.
How about you, sir?
I like the aspect of reinventing. Because people look at that many different ways. And, the way I like to look at it is, we are who we are because of a lot of things. It can be, friends, family. It can be
background, culture,
all that stuff, where you live. There's a whole ton of things that help make up a person. The thing is, who are you really? That becomes the question.
Yeah.
You put all these layers on, and before you know it, who are you? You're all covered up, and you don't even know who you are. And I think that's a big part of the struggle that people have, especially when you come into a new year.
Yeah.
Because what are they thinking about? all
taxes,
that they
baby mama drama. Like, they're thinking about a lot of stuff. Oh, it's the corporate stuff, like all of the things.
Yeah.
I think that, and to your point, the whole and to my limited knowledge, their whole in reinventing myself is that. It's like, I've done a lot of the work and now I'm implementing some of that. So although it is who I am ornately, like that's who I'm supposed to be, and all these other layers of yuck have came upon me just living in this world and being an adult.
Yep.
But it's really pulling those layers off and seeing who I am at the root,
right,
and what my purpose is,
right,
and walking in that purpose with confidence,
right,
unapologetically.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's so key. And I think that's one of the main reasons people repeat the same patterns year after year after year. Because instead of peeling back the layers, what they're doing is adding more layers. And it just doesn't work that way. And so once you get the layers peeled back, though, then you're almost going into rejuvenating yourself.
Ooh, tell me more.
Yeah, all right.
I want to know.
Because now it's, you think of it almost as a, I like to think of it almost like a garden.
Okay.
You know, you go out there and you try and plant something, you know, say a person's a garden, okay? And New Year comes around and they're thinking, everybody thinks about the resolutions and what am I going to do differently and, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And that's this field, this garden that's out in the backyard. But they got all kinds of weeds and crap in there. And you're going out there thinking you're going to plant something in amongst all these weeds. Yep. And it's not going to grow. It's going to get strangled out, and before you know it, now you give up, and then you're in the same old patterns. So when it comes to rejuvenating to yourself, you got to get rid of them weeds. You got to clean up what you're doing.
Yeah.
You got to clean up all that mess. Get the soil right, put some fresh topsoil down on there, and get that thing right and ready to plant some new seeds that can grow. So you can see them when they grow. They're not all covered up by brush and all that kind of crap. So, you know, when it comes to rejuvenating yourself, by default, you almost have to have let go of an awful lot of stuff.
Boom.
You just got to let it go. Because at some point in time, you got to draw a line in the sand. You know, and you got to say, hey, this is it. This is what I don't accept my life the way it is right now. And that's okay to say. There's nothing on you. You know, hey, there's all kinds of circumstances contribute to that. So it's okay to say, hey, you know, look in that mirror that we talked about months ago and do that mirror work and say, hey, I don't like this. I need to change it. But I think people get stuck.
The complacency, muscle memory.
Yep.
It's a science portion of it as well.
Yep. And they don't know where to start. And so then, you know, before you know it,
you don't start.
Yep.
And spring is coming. So to Rich's point, using that example of a garden, you do all that decluttering and de-weeding and fertilizing, then you plant towards the end of the winter, which technically would be the end of January or February, for your spring vegetables, harvest.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So
you ever heard of spring cleaning?
Spring cleaning.
People,
that's a thing.
It's a thing. But, you know, in this particular case, what we need to clean is ourselves.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about with the Dove soap and the loofah. No. We're talking
That's just
about
making somebody wealthy.
Yeah. We are talking about the mirror work. We are talking about meditation. We are talking about journaling. Like really uninterrupted time with yourself to figure out what it is that you want. And being okay and being really honest and transparent with yourself to say, you know what, I don't like this. Like, I've just been doing it because this is what my family's been doing for the last 20 years. Or this is what, you know, my girlfriends, this is the way we party. This is the way we communicate and we connect. This is our moment. But at any point, you can just try something different. Try something and figure out really what's benefit. And y'all, hey, look, that whole age ain't nothing but a number. I kind of like the philosophy, the thought behind it, but it's a real thing. So for us to stay relevant,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have to change with the times. We have to constantly be evolving. But the sitting down portion, and I know you have some questions and stuff that we can start with, but really identifying the things that you're doing, are they productive? Are they helping you grow?
Mm-hmm.
Back to the fertilizer and plants. Are you growing as a person? Are you growing as an individual? Spiritually, mentally, physically, all of those. Like,
Mm-hmm.
really answer those questions. And if you can't, that's okay. But you
Yeah.
at least have to have the courage to ask yourself those questions. And then you don't have to do anything about it. You could just be who you are. And maybe
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah. Yeah.
God's purpose for you. But I'm telling you, if you're not happy, that ain't it.
That's so true. So
It's
true.
not. Just straight up.
Bam, that's it. And, it's in terms of the journaling and writing things down, I think that is a must.
It's biblical.
Ooh, biblical.
I ain't trying to bring Jesus up in here,
Okay.
but
Some of us need him. So, because, you can play the mind game with yourself forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy to do. You think about something, 5 other thoughts come in, and you're ready to poo-poo the one that you started with, and now you're on some tangent over here and forgot all about what you really set out to do. And so, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Marry your thoughts to a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
You all know how to write. You all got a pad. Get it out and start writing things down.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go old school. Columns.
Yeah.
What I like, what I don't like, and what I would like. And just start writing things down. And don't stop at 2 or 3.
No.
No.
We have our journal, separately, of course, but we have a journal, and it's a challenge, and it come up with 50 goals. 50 doesn't sound like a lot, right? I'm 50, hell. It doesn't sound like a lot. But once you get to I got to 10, and I'm like, yo.
Yeah, right.
What is it that I said I want? Like, what else is there in life? These 10 things, you know what I mean? And it's not like money's going to answer everything. It will make you comfortable, and it's probably cause more problems than it's worth, but it's not all about that. But you got to figure it out. You have to ask the questions. Otherwise, you're going to be where you're at forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't, I say it all the time, you can't be mad at the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do.
Right.
You have to do the work. You have to do the reps. Like, the muscle ain't gonna build itself.
Exactly.
But where do we start, Rich?
Where do we start?
Yeah.
You need to sit your butt down. No. We actually have a journal here.
Yes.
And this is kind of what it looks like.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got all kinds of good stuff in here. And it walks you through all of this stuff, okay? So, the old question of where do you start? I think there's a couple places you can start, actually. And part of it has to deal with your mission and your vision and what you want to do.
But a lot of people don't know. You're going to say it, sorry. A lot of people say, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Am I supposed to be a teacher? Am I supposed to be a janitor? Am I supposed to be a doctor? Like, am I supposed to be
Question number 8 here says, what brings me the most joy and sense of peace in my life?
And I think we're supposed to give yourself 90 seconds to answer that question.
Yeah.
This is not, don't be spending 2 weeks, I'll come back to it, I need 8 hours. No, you're going to give yourself 90 seconds per question. I don't know, can we list the questions after this? We'll go through some of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and just literally, just see what happens, just for fun.
Yeah.
Just for fun, let's do it. Like, you're not going to be graded, no one's going to see this, but let's just go ahead.
All right. First question actually is, what would you want to experience in life if time and money were not an issue?
Whoa.
So forget about money, forget about time.
Yep.
What would you want to do? What would you want to experience?
90 seconds.
90 seconds.
TikTok.
Get moving.
So you literally, usually the first thing that comes to your mind is usually the right answer, but give yourself some grace and don't judge yourself on the first thing and think, oh, that's not big enough, or that's not good enough. I don't care if it's like you want to go to Italy and learn how to make authentic Italian pizza dough.
Yeah.
Or you want to go fishing at the lake that your grandfather took you to.
Mm-hmm.
If you had just, there's no wrong answer, you guys. So just really think about it and
Mm-hmm.
write it down. And you can always expand on it later, but just write it down and see what happens. Next question.
Next
I
question.
love this.
What do I want to contribute to this world?
That's deep.
That's a deep one. But you need to go deep.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, you got to unearth this stuff. It's down there. You just got to pull it out. You know, what do you want to contribute to this world? And then it doesn't have to be some, putting the man on the moon or nothing like that. I mean, it could be something very simple. Hey, I'd like to plant some trees somewhere and help the environment. Okay, it could be as simple as that.
Yeah.
Don't complicate this thing. Again, whatever pops into your mind, that's what you need to put down. And don't argue with it. Don't think about it. Don't contemplate it. Well, my aunt said, "Figure John. She's not here. She need to do her own. Okay, you do your own here." So, man, there's so many good ones on here.
Who am I? Why am I here? I don't have my glasses.
What are my top 10 achievements in life? Because so many people, and you hear it all the time, I just, I haven't accomplished anything. Yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
You're not taking it as an accomplishment because you're grading it up against society's standards. Forget about society. It's a personal thing with you and what you've done. And you have achieved things. If you bought a car, guess what? You've achieved something. Don't take that for granted that everybody buys a car, because they don't.
They don't.
Nope.
Or you got married, you had a baby, you bought a house.
Finished school.
You learned a second language.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you learned how to ride a bike. I know some grown people that don't know how to ride a bike. No judgment. But it's just like, it's those things that are important to you. Nobody else cares.
Right.
I go to spin class and the lady's like, "It hurts, it's pain to keep riding." She's like, "Guess what? Are you feeling it? Do you feel the burn?" And everybody's like, "Yes." She's like, "Guess what? Nobody cares." Nobody cares. So we're keep judging ourselves based on the outside world, but it's you're grading yourself on a curve. Like, who says that that's what it's supposed to be? So again, look at those things. I think part of it too, Rich, is that we don't take the time to give ourselves that round of applause.
No, never.
And stop
Too
to say,
busy.
Yeah, too busy. Like, yeah, I did that. Or you won an award at work, or you whatever it is. Like, relish in that moment. Like, that's a big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not talking about world peace, even though I wish we could have that right now. We're just talking about what's important to you. Okay, that's a hard one. That's a hard one to do.
Yeah, but again, you
10
need
things. 10.
You need some hard ones
To make you think.
Yeah, you got to pull it out. There's one. Let's see, where is it at? What do others most admire about me?
That was a hard one for me.
Yeah, and that's hard for a lot of people because the way you look at yourself. How is that determined? Do you determine it? Does someone else determine it? Do you let someone else determine it? And it comes to a point of, you've got friends, you got people that are close out there. Have you ever asked them?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Ask them. If you don't know, ask them. What do you think they're going to do? If they run away, then there's your answer.
Like, ooh. Either I'm a jerk or they don't know me.
Yeah.
And they've just been using me for rides to work.
Exactly. So, and that's a good one. I really like that one.
That was a hard one for me because I literally had to ask. I was like, I don't know what people think about me. I want to say, oh, they think I'm fabulous. They think my cornbread is great. You know what I mean? They think I'm, dependable. Yeah. But I was actually surprised at some of the things that people said. They were all nice and flattering. It was hard for me to receive it. It was really hard for me. Not really hard, but it was challenging for me to receive these thoughts of adornment and respect You know, I just go around, and most of us do go around fixing things for everybody else and making everybody else comfortable and being invisible. I can't even tell you how many times I just felt like, you know, I'm just here to pay these bills and get these kids to school and go to
Yeah.
PTA meetings and be the snack mom. Like, that's my role in life. But I know it's much bigger than that. But I appreciate that people didn't run when I asked them, and they, you know, actually came up with things that I was just like, wow, you associate that word with me. That
Right.
was a very humbling and appreciative moment
Yeah.
for me. So sometimes it's good to hear, to get your flowers while you're here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you have to ask, sometimes you have to ask. People don't
Yeah.
know.
Be
Because,
bold. Be bold. Ask.
courageous.
You know, one of the ones I really like here. What are my top 5 values? Because now we're getting into what you're really about. What are you really about?
Yeah.
You know, and that's going to take, again, you don't have a whole week, 2 days, a
No.
whole day to sit here and
No.
contemplate this. No, no. Whatever comes to mind, and you force it to come out. You force it to come out. And you might be surprised
Of
what
what
you.
actually comes out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Because when you get to setting those 100 things, we all got stumped on.
Yes.
It's going to force you to pull some things out. And what makes that particular exercise, when you got to put down the 100, what are these things called?
Goals.
Yeah, the 100 goals. It tells you there are no limits. That's what even makes it worse.
Yeah, because you're like, you can't even say, well, I'm too old.
Yeah.
Or, well, I'm just, I don't, you know.
Yeah.
No, you got no excuses, man.
Yeah. You got unlimited funds. There's nothing standing in your way. What would you want?
Yeah.
And I think I came up with 12, and I got to get to 50.
I got to 10, and I was like, what else could I do? What else do I want? And that's the thing about doing this exercise, and is you open the possibilities of what you can do. We live in this box of time and money and space. And then we open up our minds to opportunity. We open up our minds to adventure. Like all the things that you want to do when you're a little kid. Like, I still want a clubhouse. Like, legitimately a house in the trees. And I put that on my list. Like, I want a clubhouse. Like, oh man, I made hot dogs in my clubhouse when I was a kid. Like, I shouldn't have been handling matches back in the day, but I didn't burn anything down. So, but anyways, you see my point, right? You see where I'm going with this. It's like, it really opens your mind to all of the things that you have buried, those that have been part of those layers of onions that you forgot that kid. Like, come on, like, this is not a dress rehearsal. This is life. This is all you have. And now, if you're listening to this, this is your message. This is the gift from the universe saying, get off your fanny and do something different. If it means just writing down 10, I think that's a cop out. I'm going to say 50.
Yeah. Do the 50. Do the 50.
Do the 50.
10 was last year.
10 was last year. Now, this is new year, new you. Okay, so we're going to push you to the limit. And the worst case scenario is that you might get a cramp in your finger from writing too much. Best case scenario is you're going to identify some hidden treasure within yourself that now you have an opportunity to explore. This isn't illuminating nothing but joy.
Yeah. And for me, I think when I got to 12 and I got stuck, and I was pushing hard to 20. And I was around 2021. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get to 50? But something happened around 21, 22. And my mind opened up. It's like I had to get over this hurdle. And it's like I couldn't see the other side no matter what I did, but I just kept fighting. Come on, you can dream up something. Can't you dream? You can think up something. There's no obstacles in the way. You mean tell me you can't come up with 50 things? And then I started thinking, and 26, send 20 kids to college.
That's a nice one. Come on, Oprah. Come on up in here.
That's what I want to do. Give kids, take that burden off of them and let them be able to get the education that they want and need to do the things that they want to do. And, you look at that, schools, I mean, I got 2 boys in college right now. One goes to Cornell at $92,000 a year. Ellen goes to Carnegie Mellon. I get a break there. He's only 82,000 a year.
Yeah. Look at
Okay.
you.
Now that's a lot of money. That's a lot of cash. Okay. But when they were first going there, I had told them, aim for the sky. Just aim for the sky. You got to get the grades, and if you can get in there, I got you. Well, they got in there.
Mm-hmm.
So then I had to look in the mirror and say, what are you going to do?
Now what?
Either put up or shut up.
Yeah.
One or the other. And it was stressful for me. I'm like, where am I going to get this money from? I don't have that kind of money. But guess what? They're finishing up their junior year now. So, things do happen.
Yeah.
Things come about. There'll be different avenues that open up in your mind that connects this to that. No, I talked to this person, they told me this. And before you know it, you're able to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish. So don't poo-poo things and think, oh, there's no way I'm coming up with that. I can't spend all that money on college. I don't have it. How do you know?
Yeah, why not?
How do you know? The universe is
tried it.
Yeah.
You haven't even tried it yet, but you're already like, nah, I can't do it. Like,
Yeah. We always talk about, a lot of us talk about, oh, the universe. Well, you believe the universe can do things, but you don't believe it can do it for you.
Right.
That's the thing.
So where does that go back to the self-worth? It goes back to...
Yeah, circles right back to all of that. Mm-hmm. And you gotta know that you're worthy of all these things. You just have to be. I mean, I got all kinds of crazy stuff on here, so it's and once it started flowing though, and then it was easy to get to 50, easier, put it that way. It wasn't easy, but you got to fight through those hurdles that you get and realize you're important, you're significant, and that you can accomplish whatever you want. Why can't you?
Yeah, it's like, we always have a lot of sports analogies, and we watch these games, Monday Night Football, and we watch the catch. Ooh, this was the catch of the year. And was it though? Because we weren't at practice.
Right.
All those practice days, he could have made better catches, better throws, better tackles. And it's, again, you practice how you play, and you play how you practice. Mm-hmm. So this is part of that too. How are you got to do the work, so then you can figure it out. Right. And then,
Yeah. So going back to reinvent
and rejuvenate. Yeah.
I mean, that's
they're in tandem technically.
They are. They really are.
When we started this, we knew what we was going to talk about. We was playing with y'all. When we started this, I was like, oh, they're a splinter. They're a splinter. I said they were a splinter from the same thorn. Right?
Mm-hmm, right.
And they technically are, but they are in tandem. You have to do them both to get to the ultimate goal, the deep digging and rejuvenate. You said it was more of what? You remember?
No.
Okay.
You gotta catch these gems early.
Yeah, I know. Just let it go. It'll come back to you. Where we're speaking of the rejuvenate is like you rejuvenate after you're tired. You beat down, you beat up 2025, kicked your butt.
Yep.
Life was lifing, and now you're rejuvenating. So when you're digging through all of these things, you will relax.
Yeah.
And give your time that time and space to I won't say heal per se, but you may in fact heal some things that were broken or untapped, and when you start peeling all these levels off or figuring out, oh yeah, that's the thing I wanted to do, I forgot, I got so busy with being a soccer mom and going to 15,000 games a week or a swim dad, I forgot that I had this dream of putting 10 kids through college or telling someone, people that I love them every day. It doesn't have to be, again, it's not ending starting world peace. It's identifying what the world peace is in you. Yeah. And the rejuvenation part. And that, I'm all about the food, right? So making sure you're staying hydrated and you're eating the right things. This is dry January. I hear a lot of people talking about that. I'm like, okay, why does it yay, first of all. But if you could do it for 1 month, you could do it longer. I'm not saying, do it forever if that's not your thing, but at the same time, do your research. Like if you actually feel like you're accomplishing more without drinking, then WTF, what are we really doing here?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not just kick that to the curb, or have it for celebratory Hallmark moments, and then it wouldn't be a big deal. It could be anything, but just benchmark yourself through this first month.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to task you with that. We're going to say, list out your 50 goals. Money's no option. What else do we say? Time is not an option. So just list those things
just
out.
List it out.
Think
big.
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 You tell your kids to do it, but your ass ain't gonna do it. It's like, no, I'll just go to 7-Eleven. I'm like, Whole Foods is out there. Like, what are we doing? Yep. Why are we there? Sprouts. Yep. Like, can we go to another store?
And I think, and I'm sure a lot of you have been told it, because I certainly was, shoot for the moon.
Yeah.
But we don't shoot for the moon.
We don't. We tell our kids. We tell everybody around us.
No.
All the pep talks you give your friends and your coworkers, your employees, but you're not pep talking yourself. You're fronting.
Yeah.
You're lying.
You got to think big.
Yeah.
Got to think big, and get you got to break those shackles that are stopping you from thinking big. Oh, I want a big beautiful house. Well, let's talk about $5, $6, $7, $8 million house. Not a house that we went on the fringe of civilization and found for $300,000 these days. No, think big, think big. Why can't you have a $7 million house? Why not? Well, I don't make the money. That's because you ain't thinking big about how to get it. That's why. So that's going to be the push for it.
Go for it. And I know I'm kind of segueing to probably next week's topic, but like the brain synapses behind that, like. What is that about? Why do we limit ourselves on that?
That's our self-worth. We don't think we're worthy of it. Why are we not worthy of it? Because we've been beat down. We've been told this. We failed. In our minds, we think we failed. And so you start building up, this subconscious loves to play old tapes to you. And you listen to them old tapes from beginning to end. And you're still believing them. No, subconscious has all that stuff. It's stored in there, and when it comes up, you need to learn how to say no. I'm not going to think that way. I'm going to think this other way, and then guess what? You start reprogramming your mind. Now the subconscious starts bringing things to you that will happen, can happen, instead of won't happen, because that's the tape you've been playing. So you got to retrain this thing up here, and you can do it.
You can.
And it could simply start with, 1 or 2 words. When you find yourself saying, "Oh, I couldn't," stop. You mean you couldn't? I can't. No, stop. Put the brakes on, and because you're going to have to learn how to almost redo your entire speech, how you talk. Because how you talk is how you're thinking. And if you start talking different, you reprogram this thing, and now you'll be speaking differently.
And the rule is 17 seconds. It takes 17 seconds for your mind to either draw this whole map of what's going to happen, this doom and gloom, or to reset it and pick up the momentum to recreate the synapses. It's 17 seconds. Not a lot of time, but it's long enough. Like I catch myself when I'm having a bad day and I'm like, oh, la, 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 la. I was like, I'm going to give myself 17 seconds. I'm going to give myself a minute. This guy, I used to come into his office crying. He's like, and I mean like whooping cried, like snot coming down. And he's like, you got 1 hour. You got 1 hour to be pity party. All right, let me hear it all. And then after that, I was fine. But that hour turned into 30 minutes, turned into 20 minutes, turned into 10 minutes, turned into now they're very, very short-lived. I mean, they were way longer than that. There were days, weeks where we get stuck in a mood where we weren't allow ourselves to grow, basically, when you're stuck in that mindset. But we can change. We can do this. And I know we started this, and I don't know how many people are new to the channel, so I want to say welcome and thank you. And we're just not grasping data out of the sky. This is our personal belief and how we view the world and personal growth. But I Again, Shelley Marie. I have a master's in holistic nutrition, or I'll say Ayurvedic nutrition, which a lot of y'all don't know, so I usually say holistic nutrition. I have a certificate in herbalism, so I'm all about the plants and earth and figuring out different ways to heal ourselves, things like that. Rich and I have been working together for over 15 years. Just doing all types of fun things and trying to give you in part on our personal experience, our personal journey, and experiences that we had with our clients.
Right.
Rich, you want to talk about a little bit about your background? Because we're trying to validate ourselves.
Yeah,
Okay, like you can go research us. We know some stuff. Okay,
we know some stuff. So, my background is in chemical and biochemical engineering. I have a bachelor's in that. Have a master's in Ayurvedic nutrition. Also, I'm a board certified Ayurvedic practitioner, so holistic doctor, basically. One of my specialties is digestive issues. Also, what else do I get into? I get into whole food supplementation. Okay, very good with that. Herbs, all types of herbs. So, a jack of many things and a master of some.
a master of just about all of them. This is one of the smartest people I know, y'all. So don't let them downplay it. But so I say all that to say is like the information that we're giving you, like you can research it, and that's part of the beauty of this is we want you to research it. I don't want you to just take my word for it or take, AI's word for it. Like do the research and choose something. You got to choose something. You just can't be sitting there on the pot, okay? Either do something to get up. Somebody else got to go. But, this is a reset. You get a chance for a redo. We're not waiting till Monday. We're not waiting till the first. I just got to get this last thing in. No, stop it. Stop it.
Right now.
You can do this.
Call those things that are not as though they were.
Ooh.
Why do you think that's in there? Because that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
And so it doesn't say with limitations. It doesn't say but if.
It doesn't.
It don't say any of that. It just says do it. And that's what you need to start doing.
Yeah.
So
that's
with that, peace out. And thank you for subscribing. Yeah. Throw any questions you want in the chat and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. So
till next time.
All right.